Alrighty. It has been a while. By a while, I mean about 12 hours or so since we were last live. Probably less than that, actually. So yeah, long story short, we're going to keep marathoning our way through all of these quests till there's nothing purple left in this menu. And that is the goal for today. After which, we will resume going through the travel log, which I believe we are pretty much catching up really quickly. Because next up after that is Aurum Alley, followed by Foxy and Tail. I'm very excited about Foxy and Tail, considering that there is a continuing story tied to it, similar to how there was for Critter Pick. But today, it's time for Belobog, because we've been putting off a lot of these. And this is probably going to be a longer one, because I'm betting they all have 2 parts, because every Belobog companion mission we've done so far has had 2 parts. Hook's had 3 parts, actually. So I wouldn't be surprised if we actually have 3 parts for some of these. But it's Clara time.
The thief has stolen parts again? How am I going to track down this crook? Oh, it's you. There have been a few unusual thefts in the dwelling over the past few days. The vagrants say that the parts they worked so hard to obtain have completely vanished. They're worried that there's a thief in the dwelling. Despite our investigations, no one has been able to track down the thief. What's even stranger is that the thief appears to be only interested in stealing parts and doesn't care about other valuable items.
Strange.
The vagrants had no choice but to ask Mr. Svarog to look into it, but he still hasn't found anything. I investigated the matter myself, but I came up empty-handed. Jeez, I'm baffled. What a strange thief.
Don't worry, we can go over clues together. Why don't we go back to the crime scene and start from there?
Are you also here to look into this case? Perhaps if we work together, we can uncover some clues that I missed. Oh, I heard the vagrants on patrol last night ran across the thief again, but I haven't had time to look into it. Should we go ask them?
Sounds like an idea. Witnesses' first-hand accounts are crucial.
You sound so cool. You're like one of the characters from Mr. Svarog's movies. Aren't they called detectives?
Oh god, we're doing another detective story.
Seeing you so fired up.
Although
has me
March 7th
excited
isn't
too.
around this time to fuck it
Now,
up.
Let's get started.
He's just standing there. Menacingly. Anywho. Letter to all the furnace quarries. So where are we going next? So, this seems to be a pretty straightforward mission. We're just going to try to catch a thief who's stealing parts. I wonder if it's just going to turn out to be Sampo, so that he can sell the parts back for, I don't know, helping repair robots or something? That's my guess. When in doubt, it's Sampo until proven otherwise. Just like innocent until proven guilty. There it goes. It wasn't letting me press
Sir,
interact.
How are you? I heard you saw the thief who stole the parts last night. Can you tell us what happened?
Ah! Who's there? Oh, Clara, it's you. I thought it was... You scared the living daylights out of me. I did see the thief last night, but who is this person next to you?
I am just a passionate trailblazer. I am the brilliant sidekick of this genius detective.
This nickname is a bit embarrassing.
Detective? I see. You're here to help catch the thief, right? It's great that there are more people here to solve this case. Hold on. I'll explain what happened last night. Just let me gather my thoughts first.
Boy, this guy feels like he's a train wreck.
So, last night, I was on patrol when I bumped into the thief stealing the parts. Then I just...
Relax. Explain it slowly.
Okay, I'll explain slowly. I was cold and hungry while on patrol last night, so I decided to return to the dwelling and heat up some leftover canned food for a snack. But when I entered the tent, the thief's silhouette scurried across my vision. I couldn't see the thief's face because the tent was so dark, but I could tell he wasn't a nice guy. Because when he turned to flee, he swung a knife right across my face. In that moment, I really thought I was going to die.
Alright, I put another check mark in the it's probably Sampo box.
The weapon that fella had was definitely a metal one. That's the only thing I'm certain of. Also, I saw the outline of him in the dark. The fella's head was absolutely square. Yes, you heard me. Square.
He probably had a box on his shoulder.
Can you believe that? Someone with a square head? It was truly terrifying.
Or maybe he had a bag on.
It sounds bizarre, but it could be a clue. I'll jot it down. Sir, please take a deep breath. So, the thief was armed with a metal weapon and had a, square head. Correct?
Yes! That's correct!
I'm struggling to make sense of these clues. Do you have any thoughts?
We cracked the case. The culprit has a square head.
Oh, you figured it out. But how are we going to track down someone with such an unusual appearance?
Yes! I remember something! While the culprit was hurrying to escape, he knocked something over. He may have left some clues or something.
This is
This
a
guy
crucial
is
clue.
Not
Let's
helpful.
go investigate the crime scene
But
together.
it's all we got right now.
I think he ran that way. No one has touched the crime scene, so any traces he left behind should still be there. Please, catch the thief for us.
Where's the crime scene? Over here. What was there to steal here?
Take a look at these marks. These are very suspicious. Could they have been left by the culprit?
I wish that I could see them.
They point in that direction. Let's go take a look.
So someone marked an arrow into the side of the rock? Few people who come to this place, but you see scratches on the ground, snaking their way forward.
And look at these. How unusual. They don't appear to have been left by a human.
The thief is a robot? That makes sense.
The tracks stop here. I guess we'll have to look around for other clues. This is where the mechanical waste is disposed of, though. Could it be?
How come we never asked what was stolen? Because that's usually a first sign. of a clue.
I don't think the culprit actually likes waste heaps. He probably uses them as a hiding spot. Oh, maybe he hid the stolen parts here too. Let's split up. Wait, what's that noise?
This seems to be progressing rather quickly.
It's a tiny robot? Is it searching for something? But I don't remember Mr. Svarog issuing an order like this recently. It looks like it's carrying the vagrant's missing parts. And those tracks and metal scratches we noticed earlier.
Remotely controlling a robot to steal parts, what an ingenious criminal. Does have a square head, but it doesn't look like a criminal.
Yes. This robot model probably doesn't have any kind of metal weapon. This small robot doesn't appear to be a Belobog creation. It looks like it's been welded together from random scrap metal materials. Oh, it appears to have a small mechanical arm. Ah, it's noticed us.
Human. Injured. No. Hurt. Please don't.
Clara, do you speak robot?
I don't understand what it's saying, but it doesn't appear to be trying to flee or attack us. It appears to be trying to say something. Human, please, don't hurt. Is it trying to say, please don't hurt me, humans?
Human. Parts. Rivet. Need. Repair. Need. Town.
We're definitely missing a lot of context here.
Parts. Need. Hurt. Don't.
It appears to have a malfunction, but I think I can understand it. It seems that it needs these parts, and it's begging us not to hurt it. I've never seen a robot with this kind of malfunction before.
I think it needs the parts
What
for a
happened
reason,
to
though.
it?
I want the reason. We won't hurt the robot, but we must find the parts for it. My patience is limited. Charge. Prepare to fight. God damn.
Although the small robot appears to want to communicate, its speech is all scrambled. Perhaps there's an issue with its language module. This little guy probably can't understand what we're saying either.
Run. Escape. Open. Fire. Workshop. Chase. Don't.
It's running away! No, we can't let it escape. It still has the vagrant's parts. What should we do? We gotta stop it. But please don't be too rough on it. I'll figure out a way to repair it later.
I think it's trying to go to Rivet Town.
Hurt. Pain. No. Hurt. Don't. Pain. Suffer. Sorry. Parts. Sorry.
We're just having fun.
This song's for you. Let's rock. Perfect.
Sorry. Hurt. Suffer. Pain. No. Pain. Sorry. Sorry. Pain. Hurt. Sorry. Suffer. Sorry.
Yikes.
Sorry. Pain. Sorry. Ouch. Pain. Sorry.
Why?
Oh, it didn't blow up, thank goodness.
Sorry. Pain. Suffer. Sorry.
It seems to have stopped working.
Was it saying it was in pain?
Yes, but why? I feel bad about this. I guess we should return this little fella and the parts. I think I can... I'll repair it. And if I can't, I'll ask Mr. Svarog for help. He always knows what to do.
I feel like Mr. Svarog will definitely know what to do.
Initiating assessment of the robot's condition. Please wait, Clara.
While Mr. Svarog is assessing this little fella, let's give it a quick checkup ourselves. This paint job and these custom parts, and the way the parts are attached, it's all quite strange.
If it turns out that it's alive and possessed by a ghost of a human, I'm gonna be very, very... Huh?
But one thing is for certain. This little fella is not under remote control. He's operating entirely of his own accord. Its design is, well, unique. I've never seen a robot with a design like this before. It really seems like something that was thrown together rather quickly. Its creator most likely didn't consider whether the system would function properly or not. Is it a failed robot pet creation that has been abandoned? But if it's a pet, then why would it gather parts itself?
I think I've heard the term robot pet before. This place has a somewhat lax definition of pets. Hey, if a rock can be a pet...
I've heard that some vagrants in the dwelling keep the little robots they find as pets. Some vagrants also make modifications to their pets, which they call pet upgrades.
Yeah, during the museum questline, we met one of these so-called robot pet enthusiasts.
Pets like that are pretty rare, but some of the folks who have them have formed a small community to share ideas. Some are interested in nurturing robots. Others force them into battle.
And then there was also that time that we gave a bunch of robots to the Unshackled and released them into the wild at the Zan show, but that's a separate issue.
If my memory serves me right, the parts this little fella stole were originally designed for that kind of pet upgrade.
That sounds very interesting.
That's not the word I'd use. I guess most people only see robots as tools. I'll try not to hold it against you. I'm sorry. I just suddenly felt some strong emotions. Let's get back to work on repairing the small robot. This jack's placement is odd. The chip is buried deep inside. If you don't look closely enough, you won't even find it.
Assessment of the robot's condition is complete. The shell damage is estimated to be 98.2%.
That's pretty bad.
The assessment concludes that a total recovery is impossible. It is recommended that the robot's external shell be removed and replaced, while keeping the outer circuitry and related transmission devices.
You can always rely on Mr. Svarog to come up with a brilliant idea. So, I guess we'll have to go find a new robot shell to fix it, right?
I'll go strip them from other robots. Where can we buy one?
I'm not sure if anyone sells this kind of thing. However,
We could go to the scrapyard in the restricted zone.
there must be some robot shells lying around the machine graveyard. Everyone calls it a graveyard, but there are actually lots of useful parts buried there. I'm gonna return the parts to the vagrants first. Then I'll check on the little fella. Can I trust you to find a shell in the machine graveyard, big sister?
Yeah, it should be easy. I am an expert at scavenging.
Really? You could have what it takes to be a prospector. Then, I'll entrust this task to you, big sister.
Boy, Stell seems really adamant on smashing robots to get parts.
Look for Toby at the front entrance. His appearance is crude, but he's the robot most familiar with the machine graveyard. Just follow Toby.
Alright, follow Toby. Sounds like a plan. The more robots we get to learn the names of, the better. Isn't that right, Perkins? Alright, Toby.
Hello, guests of Miss Clara. Please do as you wish. It's my honor to serve you.
Can you show me the way?
Miss Clara has assigned me the task of planning your sightseeing route in the machine graveyard. I will guide you down the path.
Alright. This seems
Would
easy
you
enough.
like to engage in super speed mode? If so, please confirm by spinning counterclockwise 10 times, then clockwise by 270 degrees.
Okay, I can see why Clara said he's weird. Ah! Scared me.
Stay back, Clara. Are you alright?
I'm okay.
I think it's funny that Clara is really good at fighting the robots.
This song's for
Because she
you.
can get rid of the block thing, because they'll immediately get counterattacked.
Turn it up. Ready to lose your... You can fight it.
This should just end it
Or
quickly.
rock with it.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
Perfect.
I hope I helped.
We have arrived at our first destination. This model is known as the Dire Wolf, and was scrapped after it sustained piercing damage during a battle with another robot pet, which caused the chainsaw's fuel tank to burst.
Robot pet battles sound a little frightening. The inside of the armor is a total mess due to being melted by the heat. Unfortunately, it appears to be useless.
We are on our way to the second destination.
Lead the way, Toby.
Please take a seat, buckle up, and hold tight.
Someone definitely had fun voicing Toby.
Caution! You have exceeded the speed limit. Please obey Belobog traffic laws. On the road, safety is the top priority.
Hide. Haha! Can't see me now, can you?
We have arrived at our second destination. This module is called the Beetle, which is the same as mine. This machine was scrapped because it accelerated erratically for 7.1 kilometers after it incorrectly interpreted a command, causing the engine to catch fire and the core module to melt down.
That is such an odd reason to be scrapped.
It ran in a straight line, but it did it so at a speed that it so overclocked that it exploded. That's pretty...
However, the shell appears to be in good condition, so I'll bring it with me.
Your trip has concluded. Please keep an eye out for vehicles approaching from the back or sides, as well as enemies and automatons.
Maybe the first part of that... Maybe the second part of that should be more important, Toby.
Your trip has concluded. I appreciate you putting your trust in Toby. A 5-star review for this trip has been automatically generated for you. You're welcome.
God, I love this thing. Nope. Fine, you can keep the barrel. We're leaving. We're leaving. Toby is weird. I like Toby. Toby is also one of my favorite trains from the Thomas and Friends show. He's a tram engine.
Clara, it's time for a break. You shouldn't repair machines when you have negative emotions. It's bad for your physical and mental health.
That is correct, Mr. Svarog.
Don't worry, Mr. Svarog. I'm fine. Oh, you're back already. How did it go? Did Toby help you find a shell? This shell... It doesn't appear to be the same design as this little fella's.
Yeah, it's from a beetle model.
But it shouldn't matter. The structures of these small robots are nearly identical. Thank you for bringing this to me. I finished extracting that chip from the small robot. Now, all that's left to do is move all this circuitry into the new shell.
God, that sounds like a lot of work. That's like basically say, hey, we're going to take the frame, or we're going to take the shell off of this car, and then build a completely new car inside of it.
Although its appearance has changed a lot, I think we did a good job. But what I just did... Is it any different from those pet upgrades that the vagrants perform?
I wouldn't call this an upgrade, this is an overhaul.
Not compatible. Incompatible?
It's making a strange sound.
Incompatible.
What's going on? Is it malfunctioning?
Incompatible. Incompatible. Incompatible.
Risk level high. Clara, get away now.
Big sister, watch out! It's out of control!
Of course.
Incompatible. Incompatible.
Time for the Let's rock!
Commencing research.
Eliminating threat. Are you all right?
I'm okay!
More business, eh?
There we go. That was easy.
Terminate.
Phew. That was close. Fortunately, Mr. Svarog and Big Sister acted fast.
Look at Stell, just staring off in the distance, not even looking at Clara as she speaks.
Why did the little fella... Was there a compatibility issue?
Troubleshooting. Assessment. The system on the chip and the new hardware are incompatible, causing the robot to behave erratically. The current issue has been resolved. Risk level low. Alert lifted.
It appears to have adjusted to its new shell after the battle. That's great! But I'd like to keep a closer eye on it for a while. Compatibility tests should take a few days. Hopefully, it'll be all back to normal by then. I'm also curious about where this little fella came from. Could you please come back later, Big Sister? I need to look into something. I may require your assistance.
Okay, see you tomorrow, Clara.
Thank you, Big Sister. I'll text you when this little fella is fixed. Mr. Svarog, I'd like to give this little fella a name. Any ideas for a good name?
Accessing name database. Search results. Abby, Abigail, Ada, Addison.
Oh god, he's starting in the A's.
I should come back to Clara later.
Oh god. Definitely come back later. And that's the end of part 1. So yeah, these Belladog ones are a lot shorter, but there's multiple of them. Which means it'll probably come back in a day. Now, as soon as I teleport somewhere, it's probably going to give me a text message. And it'll continue. Or not. Alright. Well, if that's the case, then let's go and start Time Express. I believe this one is Serval's, because we got the text message from Serval to start this one. She said she got like 2 tickets for the Goethe Hotel or something. Pela was busy, so we're going to spend time with her.
Don't worry, Mr. Svarog. We'll be safe here.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
This one I might have accidentally started at some point if I wasn't careful.
Weather's pretty nice.
Where did they get to? Ah! Speak of the devil. I was just wondering when you might show up.
Never say no to a free afternoon tea.
Don't worry, there's enough to go around. On the house. Order whatever you like. There's something I need your help with. I had to make it up to you somehow. Looks like we're not the only ones who wanted afternoon tea today, though. We'll have to stand up for the time being.
Is it a favor?
Was it that obvious? I'm out of practice.
No need for the formalities. Let's hear it.
Well, you're clearly better traveled than I am, and I know how generous you are. I feel embarrassed to ask now. How can I put this? If I remember correctly, you, March, and Don Hung came here on that train. The Astral Express, right?
Yep.
I was wondering, is the train accepting new passengers?
Oh, wow. Serval wants to leave the planet? I guess it makes sense. She's like the one engineer on the planet, and she's probably like... If I could pick anyone that would want to leave the planet, she would probably be towards the top of the list. It would have been her and Hook and Clara, because they've expressed as much as well earlier in the story. But outside of Serval's family, there's not really much that left for her here. Such matters aren't up to me. I'm afraid I have to ask around first.
I guessed as much. You see, there's not much left for me here except to carry on repairing equipment in the workshop. I like practicing the guitar, and performances are fun, but the crowds are pretty small.
They might get bigger now that the underground's opened up, though.
Besides, I'm a researcher. How could I not get excited about the chance to explore new worlds up close? Everyone gets tired of living in small places like Belobog after a few years, right?
I understand how you feel. Welcome aboard. I can consult an expert opinion on your behalf.
Okay, I'm counting on you.
Welt would be a great opinion. However, I feel like Himiko would be the better one to talk to in this case, because apparently she's a scientist in this universe.
I know this is a lot to ask out of the blue, so apologies in advance.
Also, people were making jokes recently in the Genshin community that Himiko might show up in Genshin as in the fucking new fire region, as possibly a version of Murata. How funny would that be? Because apparently there's some really popular characters that Hoyo loves to put in all of their IP, those three being Zila, Bronya, and Himiko. They usually appear in all of the Hoyo projects, apparently. Cocolia, too, actually, for that matter. What are the odds if the fucking Cocolia just ends up being the Saritsa? That'd be funny. Not a problem, just leave it to me.
I knew I could count on you.
There goes Serval. I better send Himiko a text and ask about the request. Or I guess I could ask Mr. Yang. Or Pom Pom. Who's the best one to ask?
Probably Himiko. Probably should talk to the conductor first,
Let's send
though.
a message to Pom Pom.
Automatically, by current operating the express feed message. I see you typing. The cover's been blown. Just meticulous, uninhibited. Can Pom Pom have a copy of her music? Anyway, Pom Pom thinks there's no problem, but the engine room is off limits. Don't wreck anything. Can she promise that? I will try my best to persuade her. This role can be followed. Pom Pom will have no objections. Understood. Thank you, Gunter. You know, that was easier than I thought it would be. Probably should still talk to Himiko, though. When you really think about it, outside of Serval's family, like Gepard and Lynx, who we still haven't met yet, I bet I have to do something to unlock their companion mission, but I don't know what it is. I'm told they have one. Here comes an argument.
You should go and talk to Lady Bronya, Serval. It was her personal invite, after all.
I know. Let me think about it.
What you guys chatting about?
Perfect timing. Please, talk some sense into her.
I knew it.
Am I supposed to be the good cop here? I try to stay out of family squabbles. Too late for that. We butted in a lot with Madame Yukong. I don't even know what the deal is.
That's just it. There is no deal.
Serval, I understand your reluctance to rejoin the Silvermane Guards. But Lady Bronya values your talent, and she sees how much you could contribute to the rejuvenation of Belobog. So I came to talk to you about it. In any case, you should at least pay her a visit.
You should probably do that much at least. You could turn her down in person.
Okay, I get it. I'll make a trip to Klepoth Fort and tell Bronya what I really think. Sorry, I need to get this over with. Let me know what they said when I get back.
Without a great engineer like Serval, though, I'm worried about Belobog. If she does leave, which I doubt she will, it would be because she doesn't realize how much she has that she's leaving, which I'm pretty sure is the plot of the quest. But if she were to leave, let's just entertain the idea for a bit. I imagine it would greatly inhibit Belobog's ability to basically recover from the Fragmentum. Belobog needs to expand, and it needs to start retaking the planet, and you're going to need grid engineers like that.
Same old Serval.
What happened?
Sorry, my head's still in the argument. It's like this. As you know, my sister used to be one of the research team leads in the Silvermane Guard's technology division. Stellarons were her main area of research. But her expertise went far beyond Stellarons. She was, and still is, well versed in mechanical engineering and other fields. Immediately after her succession, Lady Bronya set her sights on Serval's talents. The Supreme Guardian wants her to resume her technological research and be a shining light for the revitalization of Belobog.
Exactly my point. I agree with Bronya. Serval would be instrumental in that.
However, you saw her attitude just now. I doubt her meeting with Lady Bronya will change anything. It'll probably just leave them both feeling dejected.
Maybe she just wants to see the outside world. I couldn't stand an office job either.
I think there's more than one element to it.
You're probably right.
My intuition tells me this is mostly linked to Madame Cocolia's passing.
Sounds like you got a story to tell. Let's hear it.
Never mind. It's just a personal hunch. I've never been good at reading my sister's mind. I can tell the two of you have a close bond. If you get the chance, see if you can persuade her to open up about it.
I'm amazed you can't read her sister's mind. She's, like, really bad at lying.
Hand on heart, I wouldn't want to see her sitting behind a desk in Klepoth Fort and sighing all day either. Velobog is too small a place for a mind as inquisitive as Serval's. Maybe it would be better for her to join you on your journey. I'll admit, I'm a little worried about how she plans on getting all this across to Lady Bronya. Are you busy? Let's go and wait for her in front of Clopoth Fort.
Alright, Gepard. Jeppy boy. Shield man. El Capitano. I'm running out of nicknames. Why do we have to always stand at that specific side of the entrance to Clopoth Fort? There's more than one way in. Look at these two massive staircases. Whoever put this rail line here, it's in an awkward spot.
Doesn't seem like they've finished talking yet. I hope it's not turning into a shouting match. Let's go in.
That's probably a good idea to check.
I understand your circumstances, Serval. I respect your choice. It was my mistake to make an unwarranted request without considering your own wishes.
No, you're not in the wrong, Bronya. It's always polite to make a request, as long as you're not demanding.
Allow me to offer you my apologies. I hope you don't take this matter to heart.
No need, Bronya. You're a supreme guardian now. Don't let a little thing like this... Besides, I'm the one who should be apologizing. I've put my own personal reasons ahead of Belobog's reconstruction.
I get it, Serval. After all, you and Mother... Sorry, I don't mean to open up old wounds. But there's something I need to ask you. This guitar, I found it after going through Mother's old things.
You gotta be shitting me. Cocolia plays?
She was never a music lover, so I thought this might be connected to you.
Cocolia... You...
Huh?
It's nothing. You're right. It does belong to me. In fact, it once belonged to me and Cocolia. It was our shared treasure. If you don't mind, Bronya, could I take it back to the workshop?
Of course. I'm sure there's a story behind it. But that's between you and Mother. I won't pry. I hope you have an amazing journey, Serval. Do remember to visit home when you get the chance.
It's a lot of notifications all at once. A lot of stuff must be going on sale.
I will. Thank you, Bronya.
Serval Landau.
I assume you heard our conversation just now.
Oh, look, there's a guitar.
I didn't expect her to be so open-minded. And she didn't even try to persuade me to stay. She didn't summon me just to return the guitar, did she?
I wouldn't rule it out. She's good at reading people's minds. She would have known that you'd never set foot in Clopoth Fort voluntarily.
After all these years, I never thought I'd set eyes on this guitar again. Guess we're stuck with each other.
So what's the story behind it?
Well, it'll take a while to tell. When we were in cadet school, Cocolia and I were notoriously disruptive. We were always coming up with the next crazy invention. We called it exploring the infinite possibilities of new technologies. This guitar was one of those inventions. Cocolia came up with a name. The Super Electromagnetic Flux Player, or electric guitar for short.
So she was tech savvy too? Wait, you sure you didn't come up with that name?
Don't believe me? Let me tell you, Cocolia and I shared a similar way of thinking back in the day. It's a bit of a mouthful, but I liked it at the time. It was a rock and roll name. I told you it'd take a while to tell the story. Let's get back to the workshop first. By the way, want to help me pack my bags? Huh? That melody.
That's one of yours, right?
I didn't think many people liked that one. Seems the city might have a few nice memories of me after I'm gone. Well, it's getting late. Let's head back.
I think that's the character Serval fan.
You know what I mean.
Now, what am I gonna call this new song?
What should we do now?
There's no place like home. I never feel completely free out there. Gepard, can you lend your dear sister a hand? Help me pack my bags.
Am I allowed to refuse? This place, just looking around gives me a headache.
Oh, wow. That cut out right there.
Okay, I promise this is the last time. I'm about to go traveling with her. Who knows how long it'll be before I can visit home again. You should help me pack while you still have the chance.
Fine. I'll give you a hand.
You just need to make yourself at home. You've done plenty of work already.
And I thought I was messy.
Looks like Gepard's got his work cut out for him.
Now, what am I gonna call this?
Alright. What's in this case, Serval?
Well, let's see. Ah, yes. Silvermane Guard's standard issue portable heater. It's broken though.
It's a family heirloom. It belonged to Rhonda once. You should take care of it.
I wanted to keep it with me. But that's the problem with old things. The less you use them, the easier they break. Besides, no one's paying me to fix it, right? Hey, wait a minute. Didn't I teach you a few machine overhaul skills? Want to practice on this old antique?
Here we go again. You don't have to do everything she tells you.
The
That's
principle behind
fine.
this machine and the one you fixed when you first came to the workshop is the same. You'll understand when you see it. So, I'll leave this
That's
one
the
to
thing
you.
where we move the little,
In return,
the
how
rotate
about
the
I tell
things
you
and
the
the lines
backstory
glow,
behind
right? No problem. Let me have a
I
look.
knew you were a reliable apprentice. Think about it. You helped me fix my machine the first time you came here, and now you're helping me the last time, too. That's called having a beginning and an end, right?
It's called going full circle, too.
Well done for putting up with her for this long.
Alright. Easy. There we go.
Wow, great job. Like I said, a reliable apprentice. As promised, let me tell you the story behind this little heater.
Who's Rhonda?
Its original owner was an ancestor of the Landau family, Rhonda Landau. She was one of our great heroes who participated in the defense of Belobog 700 years ago.
She the short lady in that little cutscene we saw with Svarog?
The records tell that during the decisive battle, she led 2 Silvermane Guard brigades. She engaged the enemy for 4 full days and nights in the fight for the city. I still have the newspaper clippings from that time. I'll show you when I get the chance.
She must have been pretty strong.
Of course. After all, she was a Landau.
Take responsibility for your choices and the people of Belobog. Every Landau is driven by that ethos.
Alright, the more we get her to reminisce, the more likely she is to stay, so let's just keep checking. Unfinished letter.
Oh, that's a letter I was gonna send to my mom. I haven't even finished reading it.
Who's your mom? Is she still around?
There's nothing personal in it. Have a read if you like.
You're still writing to Mom and Dad?
Only to Mom. You know, I still don't get along with Dad.
You know, Serval, if you're really leaving Belobog for a while, you should pay them a visit first.
I'll think about it.
Yeesh. That's the thing that she's been leaving along the most. She has a lot of family here. What kind of plant is this?
Oh, that? It's a botanical specimen. Little Lynxie sent it during one of her research trips. As for the name, I can't quite recall.
It looks like a Beauty and the Beast reference or a tiny little cactus.
Snowman's palm.
Snowman's palm?
And little Lynxie is the youngest sister of the Landau family, by the way.
This is probably why we haven't met them yet, because I haven't done this mission yet.
Yes. Snowman's palm. My memory's the worst.
It's the only plant here that looks like it's still alive.
Hey, watch it.
Are there any other plants in this room, now that I think about it? Oh, there's the guitar.
Anyway, this specimen means a lot to me, so I'm bringing it with me. Thanks for the reminder.
Could have fooled me. Can we hear more about this guitar now?
Since you're so curious, I'll give you the whole story. This guitar was actually given to me as a birthday present by Cocolia a long time ago. I came up with the design, but I was never able to build it. Some of the raw materials were either too expensive or too hard to get a hold of. She helped me turn the concept into reality. Quick as lightning, always keeping her word. That was her way of doing things. Back then, I thought we'd be friends for life.
If it was a gift, why was it in Madame Cocolia's office?
I don't think anyone realized, but back then we were so close we didn't even differentiate between each other's possessions. We shared pretty much everything. We lived in the same dormitory, went to the same school together every day, ate together, whiled away the time together, and occasionally talked about music together, though it wasn't something she was overly familiar with. That's how things were until the day we fell out. A lot of our shared possessions never left her office again. I was always looking forward to the day she'd return this guitar. I thought that would be the day we could bury the hatchet.
Oof. Hatchet, get it? It's an axe.
Now that I think about it, perhaps I was too naive. She'd probably forgotten it even existed.
Actually, she definitely didn't. We saw all of her memories when we were going through path space. I wonder if we'll share that information here? I doubt it, though.
And that's the only Cocolia you guys ever got to know, huh? Always ahead of everyone else, never looking back. Even for a second, she put it all out of her mind. Me and every memory to do with me.
You didn't do anything wrong.
I know. But that's what makes it harder.
Let bygones be bygones, sister.
How did the conversation get so heavy again? No good. Let's talk about something interesting. You know something, Gepard? That guitar case in your hand and my guitar? They're both from the same prototype. The Super Electromagnetic Flux Player.
I never knew your guitar had a connection to me, too. Quite the story.
That should be everything. Now, what am I gonna call this?
What should we do now?
Finally. I think I must have left cadet school with about the same amount.
No easy job. Serval, I want to ask you again. Do you really want to leave Belobog and go with the Trailblazers?
Of course. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I can't miss it. What's wrong, Gepard? Oh, I see. Can't let go of your dear old sister, huh?
Forget it. I don't want to complicate things for you. But before you leave, I have one last request to make. The garrison is heading down to the underworld soon, to survey the situation around Boulder Town. Why don't you come with me?
Huh? You just said you didn't want to complicate things for me, and now you're sending me on a mission.
Have you ever explored the underground, Serval? That might be fun to do, though, before you go.
Uh-huh. You just want to spend as much time as possible with me before I go, right?
That too. That's a pretty good idea.
No, it's not that. I've heard there are a lot of old energy hubs in the underworld, and you're probably the only person in Belobog who knows how to inspect them.
Actually, Clara knows how to. I'll keep my mouth shut.
Since you're leaving one way or the other, why don't you do the people of the city one last favor before you go?
Even at a time like this, you're still thinking about the people. I don't know what to say. All right.
You know,
I'll
this
help
might
you
be a
out.
good topic for a
The
video.
first
I don't
and
know if
last
anyone's
time the
actually
Landau
done this
siblings will
yet,
work together.
but someone could easily make a YouTube video series of just, for each planet we visit, for each playable character, how likely would they be to leave and join the Express?
Thanks, sis. If you have the time, could you accompany the garrison?
Hook is probably top of the list for Belobog, in my opinion. As soon as they're old enough, they'll probably they'd jump at the chance.
You're Belobog's hero. I'm sure you must be popular in the underworld. The Silvermane Guards will face less resistance if you come with us.
Of course. Remember to send the message in advance.
Thanks. I'll contact you when the guards have finished their preparations.
I'm tired of packing. Let's leave it here for today. Thanks for your help. I drank all the tea. Why am I getting sleepy?
Because you're crashing. Alright. And that's it for that. So it looks like these missions might actually be time-gated. Or not! Prepare to set off. Let's meet in the overworld cable car in a bit. I'll be right there. It's not urgent. Still have to head back to the military lines first. Guessing Serval just left home. If you're right before us, I'll be able to wait for a while. Alright. Only a child.
You know what I mean.
Cable car line. That's this way, right? I think there's a warp station right there, right? Oh, just gotta go this way. I remember when this used to be fenced off.
You're here. Thanks again for agreeing to this. Don't be. I only just arrived myself. The highest priority for today is establishing good negotiations with the Chief of Wildfire. I'm about to get that process underway.
That's
Serval
Natasha,
was
right?
a
Or are we
little
going to be
delayed
talking
on
to
the way
Oleg?
over, but that doesn't affect our schedule. Let's set off.
Alrighty.
Hold up. I wasn't that late.
Negotiations will be held in the Boulder Town Clinic. Serval and I are newcomers, so you'll have to lead the way.
What was that music sting that we got there for a second there? Sounded like a Hans Zimmer. Wham.
The
Just about to start.
underworld isn't exactly how I remember it.
10 years does a lot.
Feels like we're not getting many friendly looks, huh?
Oh, I just remember there's another Belobog mission I haven't started yet because, yeah, Mo Kushel. I thought I was missing one. Gotta add that.
Well. I don't
My
think
list.
our little clinic has ever played host to an occasion like this.
Mo Kushel. Put a checkbox on my list.
We meet again, Mr. Oleg.
Oleg will do, son. Oh, you. You probably won't know. Our young Silvermane friend here and I had the pleasure of speaking to each other at a certain Guardian succession ceremony. We're not complete strangers. But as for this young lady...
The name's Serval. I'm, an ex-engineer from the technology division and Gepard's sister. Pleasure to meet you, Chief.
Likewise, miss. The more the merrier. And it's good to have you here again. It bothered me and Natasha that we never arranged a formal welcome for you. Once we're done talking, you must all join us for a meal.
You know, I would be totally cool if they make Oleg a playable character down the line.
We'd be honored. But to your point, Oleg, let's finish our discussions first.
I wish we got more major NPCs like him with unique designs.
Quite right. Let's head inside. Too much commotion out here.
Alright.
Huh. So she's your sister. The Landau family is full of talented young people, I see.
You're worried that Underworlders might still hold a grudge against the Silvermane guards. So you want to show your solidarity with the Trailblazers to build some trust. Seems like a sound strategy to me.
Rebuilding trust between the two worlds has always been a priority for Lady Bronya. People here must have felt abandoned by the guards after the passage was sealed off. If we were to simply take over the Underworld in the name of the Supreme Guardian, I can only imagine how people would react.
Seems like you have a good handle on the situation. I see now why you made captain at such a young age.
How old is Gepard? I know that, like, Serval's like 30 or 40, but how old is Gepard?
So, you're also saying the guards want to work with Wildfire and use our reputation to win back people's support, correct?
I wouldn't use those exact words, but that is more or less what we want to achieve.
If that's the case, I've got a question for you. Since this offer comes from those who left us to our fate for
Sounds
more
like someone's
than a
playing
decade,
pool in the front room.
how would you react if Wildfire refused? Would you use force?
She's not trying to be diplomatic about it, is she?
Natasha won't back down easily. Starting to worry about your brother. Fight, fight.
Who is she, anyway?
The barrier between the surface and the underground was the product of the former Supreme Guardian's misjudgment, and the policies that resulted from it. The people of Belobog should have stood together, but instead, we were made to blame and hate one another. Lady Bronya wants Belobog to heal, so the Silvermane guards need to regain the people's trust. But we won't achieve that by kicking doors open and policing everyone around.
Way to go, Gepard. That's the way to do it.
As a grassroots organization, Wildfire did an extraordinary job maintaining order for over a decade, in the absence of the guards. I can only imagine how much work you put in to protect the underworld.
To be fair, Svarog also kept a lot of order on, like, half of the underworld, so technically Wildfire doesn't deserve all the credit.
I can assure you,
They deserve a lot,
the guards
though.
are not here to seize power. If it takes time for the people to trust us, so be it. We're willing to take small measures and serve as an auxiliary force to Wildfire to help maintain peace. I hope you can see that everything we do to rebuild trust and make Belobog work for all.
Thought of everything. What a true captain for you.
I swear, he never used to be this emotionally intelligent.
That's an answer I can accept. Oleg, what do you think?
I think there's no need for the guessing game to continue. It's obvious we share the same goal. With the help of Bronya, Serval, and Gepard, we're one step closer to rebuilding a united Belobog.
I agree. Tell Bronya that Wildfire will work with the Silvermane Guards on security matters. However, things aren't simple down here. Please also tell her to draw up plans in case the situation demands...
Monsters! Monsters from the Fragmentum!
Is that J. Michael Tatum?
They're swarming toward the town!
I think it is.
Not good. Stay here, Natasha. The patients need you. The soldiers and I will handle this.
Understood. We'll be counting on you.
Everyone rushed outside. I should probably see what's happening.
Monsters from the Fragmentum. Weren't you listening? Oh, it's Pete. Oh, just minor. Never mind.
Please, help my friends!
What happened?
The monsters invaded the mine. Please, you have to save my friends. Otherwise, those things would tear them apart.
Don't worry. The Silvermane Guards are trained for these situations. Where do we find them?
The Great Mine! The one with the big ore vein!
Understood. I'll send my men to set up a perimeter and start the rescue operation right away. Mr. Oleg, please entrust the Silvermane Guards with the rescue. The defense of Boulder Town will need Wildfire's expertise. Watch out for ambushes, and be ready to receive wounded soldiers.
You're a natural-born commander. Understood. Leave it to me, son. Your troops will be unfamiliar with the layout of the mine. I'll send some of my men to be your guides.
Thank you. In the name of the preservation, I promise we'll do everything we can to save lives. I'll go on ahead and lead the troops.
This is
to the
really
mine.
nice. Getting to see
Catch
the
up
two
to us when
factions
you
work
can.
together for once. I'm glad I did this mission. That's the way to the Great
I
Mine.
couldn't get a word in while they were talking. A duty-bound soldier and a resistance leader. It's hard to be rock and roll in front of people like that.
Honestly, I feel like you and Natasha would get along swimmingly.
You know, maybe I need to put my inner struggles in a broader context.
People walk on different paths.
You're right. I've probably been idle for too long. It's easy to get stuck in your own head. It's just... I see people fighting for their lives, and here I am thinking about how to escape. I feel guilty about that. Wait a minute. Was that Gepard's plan all along? Use guilt to make me stay?
Maybe. He might have been doing that. Surely he couldn't have foreseen a monster invasion.
That's true. Anyway, since he asked for help, it's time to give those monsters a shock. You know the way to the Great Mine, right? Let's catch up with Gepard when you're ready.
I'm ready.
That's all you needed to say. Let's go.
61. If I get rid of Serval, will it actually nag me about it? Oh, never mind. Well, we're gonna use Serval because Serval is really good in Belobog because almost everything here has an electric weakness. And she's the only electric unit I have. Is that done?
Put all artillery units on standby. Wait for
Artillery?
my command to bombard enemy positions and cover our infantry advance.
We're in a mine. Doesn't that seem unsafe? I mean, I guess they're the Grenadiers.
We have a choke point here. Tell all infantry units to switch to double line formation. Close quarters in front, gunners behind. Remember, get the wounded out as soon as possible, and always secure your flanks before advancing.
Yes, sir.
Ah, you're
So it's
here.
not done.
Get ready. We need to help the infantry lines drive deep into the mine.
How's the situation?
The back of the mine has been secured, which gives us a forward base to send in supplies. The Silvermane Wildfire Combined Regiment is conducting rescue missions as they advance. The battle is fierce. I need to get to the front line. I'll leave the command post to my officers.
I don't know much about warfare, but I don't see why a commander needs to lead the charge. The situation here is totally different from the restricted zone. Gepard, let me and her clear the way for you. You should stay in your command post.
Thanks, Serval, but please trust my judgment on this. I made a promise to Mr. Oleg to save as many people as possible. I have to see to it myself.
It's very respectable.
There's no stopping you once you've made up your mind. Fine. We'll do it your way.
Let's move out. We need to clear a way for Wildfire and the guards.
This is kind of serving as both a Serval and a Gepard mission at this point. Alright, down we go.
All civilians, please go to the bridge immediately. The Silvermane guards have set up a defensive perimeter. You'll be safe there.
There's a monster heading this way. What should we do, Gepard?
Take it out.
Bring it down. We need to cover the retreat.
It's just these little guys?
We're just having fun.
I want to protect everyone. Help me, Mr. Sora.
This should be very easy.
Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it, or rock with it!
Specimen set.
And we're done.
It made it easy for us, but we can't let our guards down. It's
We're going
safe
back
here.
up?
Let's move on.
More business, eh? What are you waiting for? To betray my customers?
I charge extra.
Turn it up! Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it, or rock with it!
Eliminating threat.
We're just having fun.
This song's for you. Keep up!
I don't think we need to fight everything, do we? Might as well, though. Just to have something else in the game other than just me sitting here listening to people talk for 30, 40 minutes at a time.
Time for the main event. Turn it up! You can fight it, or rock with it!
Commencing research. Deep breath. I need to
Annihilate.
I want to protect everyone. Help me, Mr. Sora.
Alright, no matter who he attacks, or it doesn't matter. That's Sampo's
Best is
DOT
yet
for
to
you, and
come.
I don't even technically have all of his relics leveled up all the
Gepard,
way.
look. The miners have put up a makeshift defensive line.
Are you a Silvermane guard?
That's right. We're evacuating the miners together with Wildfire. Are there any other civilians up ahead?
The Silvermane guards and Wildfire are working together now? Oh, civilians. Ah, I saw a girl run out from our defensive position just now.
This voice sounds familiar.
My brother went after her, but they haven't come back.
Understood. I'll bring them back. The guards and Wildfire have set up defenses on the bridge. You should head over.
People are sending me work messages. How do you not know how to use a coffee machine?
Thank you. Please, bring them back to safety.
Oh wait, now I think I know why the coffee machine might not be working. It has one of those weird sensor chips on it, and last time I was there it was broken. So it won't brew if the thing that holds the coffee grounds, it's supposed to be detecting a chip in that thingy, and if it doesn't detect the chip, it won't brew the coffee. But the chip is damaged, so it can't detect it anymore. You can manually overwrite it, but I don't know if they're aware of that. Why am I talking about coffee again? I don't know. Either way, I think this is Brittany Karbowski voicing this panicked miner.
Oh no! Monsters are coming this way!
Leave the battle to us.
That's the blaze out of space.
Okay. Thank you for saving us.
Could be wrong, but it definitely sounds like Brittany Karbowski.
Good. The stronger, the better. What are you waiting for? To betray my customers, I charge extra.
That enhanced DOT vulnerability.
This song's for you. Turn it up.
Commencing research.
Serval with Sampo is just a fun tag team. Sometimes I have a team preset where it's pretty similar to this team, but instead of Clara, I have Hook. Or sometimes I'll put Asta there.
Here, try this.
I owe you.
I need to be brave.
Annihilate.
Oh, they lived?
Oh.
That one's dead.
Stay back, Clara.
Keep up. Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it or rock with it.
I feel like Serval is underutilized as an erudition unit. I feel like she would have been better as an agility unit just because her entire kit is based around applying shock to people. But she can do damage to everybody who is shocked with her talent, so it's like, I get why they made her an erudition unit.
I'm not afraid of you.
I just feel she could have been a better agility unit.
I want to protect everyone. Tell me, Mr. Star.
Come back.
To travel.
Those burn stacks are getting kind of nasty.
Pretty good crowd today.
Let's rock. Specimen sighted.
More business, eh? What are you waiting for? To betray my
Get that
customers,
DOT vulnerability.
I charge extra.
I need to be brave.
Eliminating front.
Watch the face.
They hit everyone but Clara.
Deep breath.
Oh, that hurts.
Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it or rock with it.
I'm not afraid of you.
This song's for you.
Let's rock.
We're just having fun.
To travel.
Alright. Serval is a little bit squishy, though.
Eliminating front.
Pretty good crowd today. Keep up.
What are you waiting for? To
This
betray
ought
my
to finish it.
customers, I charge extra.
Let's keep searching for the missing girl and the miner.
The one thing I feel like,
Or is it cold here?
I feel like, Sampo just needs better energy regen. Trap boy.
They're in danger. Let's go.
Oh, come on. Stop picking on Lynx.
The stronger the better.
Turn it up!
I need to be brave. I want to protect everyone. Help me, Mr. Sora.
Ready to lose yours? You can fight it, or rock with it!
Being able to keep
More
shock on
business,
someone
eh?
for 4 turns is really good. I think the main reason why Serval's an Erudition unit and not a Nihility unit is just because Protect Kit is based off shock, but the other half of it is based off of energy
Songs
regen
for
for her
you.
ult. Because you can spam her ult quite a bit. Especially if you have her light cone, her 4-star light cone.
Keep up!
Commencing research. Deep breaths. To travel far.
What are you waiting for? To betray my
Off to
customers?
DOT.
I charge extra.
Let's rock!
Here, try this. I'm not afraid of you.
Annihilate.
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Sora.
There we go.
We're just having fun.
Pretty good crowd today.
I timed that incorrectly.
I should come back.
Specimen sighted. Deep breaths.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
Time for
Turn it up!
Commencing research.
Ready to lose yours? You can fight
There
it,
we go.
or rock with
4
it!
more rounds of shock.
I need to be brave.
Eliminating threat.
this song's for you.
Let's rock!
There we go. Nice big DOT.
You two, it's too dangerous here. Find the Silvermane guards and Wildfire at the bridge. They'll protect you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Monster confronting girl.
Zeno, take my hand. Let's get out of here.
It's so cold here. I'm scared.
The monsters have gotten stronger somehow. I don't remember them being this difficult.
Thank goodness we got here in time. If we'd arrived any later.
And that's one brave little girl. You were like that at her age too.
Huh? I wouldn't go that far. I only had Dad to deal with. He could be fierce, but nothing like the monsters here. Besides, my problem with him wasn't that he was a strict father. I just couldn't believe that he never lifted a finger to oppose Cocolia's order to seal the passageway. Vowing to protect the Underworlders in one breath, and then deciding they deserve to be abandoned in the next? Family code of conduct. What a joke.
Man, this relationship with your dad seems kind of depressing.
Father was a soldier. He wasn't supposed to question the orders from his superiors.
That's why I don't believe in military
I know I
doctrine.
sound like I'm defending him, and I don't want to make you angry. At least now we've got the chance to right the wrongs.
I'm angry just thinking about it. Looking back, I'm glad I left home early.
Running away doesn't solve the problem. It's been ages since you two had those fights, but you still can't let it go. You need to walk out of his shadow. I'm not trying to change your mind. I just want to know that your choice to leave this planet is a result of having thought things through. Not because you're trying to run away from something.
My choice.
Sorry, I sound like Dad.
Don't worry about it. I get what you're trying to say. I do. It's just... I need some time. Let's focus on the business at hand. That miner we met said his brother came this way. We should look around.
Okay. Be careful, though. I sense a drop in temperature. Something's not right. It could mean something we haven't encountered before is waiting for us. Stay on your toes.
We're going back?
These monsters are tough. I need to find those kids.
Hey, did you just scare off a Fragmentum monster?
Kind of. There was one on its own. I managed to chase it away. Speaking of which, you came from that direction, right? Did you see two little kids, a girl and her brother?
Yeah. We retreated to the safe zone.
Ah, thank goodness. I chased the monster too far and lost him.
They'll be okay now. You should head back to the bridge, too. The guards and Wildfire have set up a safe zone there.
Ah, thank you. All of you. I'm just glad they're okay. I can finally retreat as well. I heard there's a powerful monster down the road, some kind of leader of the pack. I'd take caution.
Thanks for the intel. We'll be careful.
Alright.
I think he was right about the monster. You two. I've seen this type of monster a few times near the restricted zone. Wait,
I don't think we've ever fought one of these down here.
Something's not right.
Huh? What is it?
These monsters are usually eager to fight. You're guaranteed a fierce battle if you see one in the Fragmentum. But this one doesn't seem concerned about us. This could be a trap.
Trap laid by a Fragmentum monster? Are they that smart?
I'm not sure either. I just have a feeling that something's different.
The air... it's so cold.
Stellaron promises Serval.
Did it just... talk?
It also just said Serval's name.
Steady. Get ready to counter its attack.
Can Gepard not hear that?
Gepard, Serval, Landau.
Did it just say Gepard and Serval?
That noise! Do Fragmentum monsters usually sound like this?
Oh, great. We can speak monster now. The monster is talking. It's talking to us. Can you not hear it?
Talking? I just hear white noise. Wait. You understand it?
It's repeating your names.
Our names? What's happening here?
I heard rumors about this kind of monster. Shadows in the Fragmentum that assume human form are echoes of the will of past guardians. If the rumors are true, could it be?
Cocolia? You just won't stop haunting me.
No, I don't think it's Cocolia, but it could be.
Everything to put the past behind me. And yet you always manage to creep up again. Cocolia, you witch! You've terminated my research and ruined my life. What else do you want to take away from me?
Calm down, Serval. It's just a Fragmentum illusion.
All that time we spent together, was any of it real? It was so easy for you to just leave this world behind. Don't you at least owe me an explanation?
Serval!
Landau, stand down.
Serval, watch out.
There is no place for you. The promised new world.
Okay, so it is Cocolia. We remember seeing that exact line. Or that's the Stellaron's voice, not Cocolia's.
Sister, I know you want Madame Cocolia to respond, but this thing in front of us is our enemy. It was born out of the evil gathered in the Fragmentum. You won't get answers from it. Fight with us, sister. Let's dispel the shadow of the past once and for all. Of course, if you're not yet able to confront the past, then she and I will fight for you until your heart is ready.
If you need some space, I understand.
You two. I'm sorry, brother. I always make you worry when things get serious. But I see what you're doing. Reverse psychology, huh? Well, seeing as we've come this far, Cocolia, let's settle this bad blood right here, right now.
Good, the stronger the better. What are you waiting for? To betray my customers, I charge extra.
Thank goodness we have a team that's good at fighting one of these. Oh my.
That's it. Turn it up.
Commencing research.
Ready to lose your... You can fight it, or rock with it.
Here, try this.
I owe you.
To travel.
Man, stop picking on Sampo.
Annihilate.
I might need to put some defense on him.
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Sora.
Sagacious discernment.
Oh, not Golden Age.
Keep up.
Nice.
More business, eh?
Let's rock.
All right.
Remember this moment.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers,
1 stack,
I charge extra.
2 stacks,
Eliminating
3 stacks,
Song's for you. Turn it up.
4 stacks,
Ready to lose your... You can
5
fight
stacks.
it, or rock with it.
We're just having fun.
Gotcha.
Threat index lowered.
Keep up. Sagacious discernment.
Man, if they're gonna keep spamming that.
I'm not afraid of...
Eliminating threat.
Nice.
Serval. 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 Why do you always have to stand in my way?
The temperature is returning
Yikes.
to normal. The monsters are retreating. I think it's safe to say that the shadow of Madame Cocolia was the reason for this invasion. The other anomalies we experienced were probably also a direct result. Whatever the case, we've managed to avert a crisis. Are you okay?
That was barely an itch.
Sounds like something the hero of Belobog would say, all right? It would have taken us much longer to fight off the shadow without you. Serval, how are you feeling?
I feel like something heavy has finally been lifted. All that noise before it perished. Did you catch what it said?
Ooh. It said thank you, Serval. I didn't quite get. Why do you always have to stand in my way?
You really made no effort to correct your mistakes, Cocolia. Anyway. It doesn't matter anymore. From here on out, I'm over that woman.
I can tell you mean it this time. I'm happy for you, Serval. It's not easy to truly put the past behind you. Looks like we accomplished our mission. I need to get back to the guards and Wildfire to wrap things up. You two should head over to Natasha's place and check in on the wounded.
Probably a good idea.
Sure. Come find us later at the clinic. Let's leave Gepard to his business and head back to town.
Cool. Crit damage musketeer set. And some very small pittances for EXP materials. Back to Natasha's.
There's inspiration in every glance and every breeze.
Are you hurt? Let me take a look.
People have reigned hope. Reopening hope. The trade routes overworld has given new meaning. People life get by. Things fixed. Great start. Thanks for all you trailblazers. We're back.
I see. Thanks for bringing me up to speed. The clinic has been busy while you were gone. We've treated many people, soldiers and civilians alike. All in all, I owe everyone a big thank you. It would have been much harder if Wildfire had operated alone. Thanks to Captain Gepard, we managed to keep our losses to a minimum. I'm sure people will begin to appreciate the Silvermane Guards after this battle.
Serval help too.
How could I forget about you two? We couldn't have done it without your help.
You're too kind. They deserve the real credit. I doubt I'd have come back in one piece without them.
Sounds like you went through a lot of danger. Are you hurt, Miss Serval? I can have a look if you like.
I'm alright, don't worry.
Everything in her
Everything
problems
worked
is
out
psychological.
Let's wait for the rest of them to get back.
Miss Natasha, we've returned.
Is that Gepard?
Alright, what happened on the front line?
Mr. Oleg has a pretty good handle on what's needed in the mine. He's arranging for rescue teams and supplies to be sent over. He won't be back for a while.
Looks like you guys have the situation under control. Thank you. I'd love to sit down and chat with all of you, but I still have a backlog of patients to see. Oh, there was a girl and her brother who said you saved their lives. You might want to check on them and see how they're doing.
Natasha's right. We should make sure those children are all right.
Alright.
Come on, drink it up and you'll feel better.
But there's smoke coming out of it.
It's you. You saved us from the monsters in the mine. You guys are Silvermane guards from the overworld, right? If you hadn't been there, we would have... I'll think of a way to repay you. I'll get a job, and that's very kind of you. If Mom and Dad were still here, they'd want us to return the favor.
Mom and Dad went somewhere far away a long time ago. Haven't come back yet.
They'll come back one day, Zeno.
So, you're looking after your brother on your own? That must be hard.
Not really. It's my responsibility as a sister. I'm just worried that with all these monster invasions, maybe one day I won't. My brother is too young to survive in the underworld. To think he might have to live on his own.
The misjudgment of the former Supreme Guardian isolated the underworld for more than a decade. With that isolation came tragedy.
Yeah, indeed.
But under Lady Bronya's leadership, the Silvermane Guards will atone for past mistakes and bring relief to the people. From now on, you don't need to worry about the safety of your family.
Captain Gepard,
Taking care of yourself is hard enough under these circumstances, let alone if you have a brother to look after. I know it can't have been easy. Zeno, right?
Yes, Mr. Captain.
You're still young, so you need to stay under your sister's wing. But when you grow up, remember to use what you've learned to protect her. Be there when she needs you, and listen to her when she feels vulnerable. She'll do the same for you.
They playing like dice over there? That guy keeps shaking something.
Okay, sir. I'll protect my sister when I grow up.
Thank you, Captain Gepard. Zeno and I will remember your words.
You know, we're pretty good at turning a happy reunion into a tear fest. Let's call it a day and give them some room. If you're not too tired, Gepard, can I talk to you for a moment?
Oh boy. Here we go. Here come the waterworks.
What you said back there, did you really mean it?
Of course I did. And it wasn't some last-minute speech I cobbled together. It's how I always felt. We can't always face problems alone and build walls to keep people out. We need to learn to rely on others. Especially those we care about the most.
I know what you're up to, Jeppy.
Huh? What do you mean?
You made it sound like you were talking to those kids. But you were talking to me. Who's building that wall now?
In this case, you, Serval.
Well, a Landau just called out a Landau.
Gepard. I changed my mind. Change of plan. I've decided to stay in Belobog.
Serval, I just want you to know that I would have supported your decision, no matter what you chose. I wasn't trying to force you to stay.
I know that, Gepard. Don't worry. I've thought this one through for a change. What you said was the last piece of the puzzle for me. I suddenly realized that my decision to leave was just me trying to run away from my problems. Wasn't a mature decision.
You're like the oldest character we know, actually, besides Mr. Yang.
I've always found it hard to handle complex relationships. Be it Cocolia or my family. The first thought I have when things don't work out is to run away. Starting from today, that's no longer the case. After all, I'm not doing this on my own, right?
Right.
Right.
You have family.
If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have had any idea about the hardships people were going through in the underworld. It made me feel like maybe I could help a little and make Belobog a better place. I have one last thing that I might need your help with.
Let's hear it. Always glad to help. Not again.
I want to see the Stellaron. I want to see the place where Cocolia sacrificed herself.
You haven't visited that yet?
Say no more. We'll go with you.
Oh, but before that, I need to go back to the workshop and get something. Why don't you head north first, and we'll catch up with you. It's all right. I've got Gepard with me. We'll be safe. See you in a bit.
All right. To Everwinter Hill. Oh, there's still a boss monster I haven't fought over there? I guess I'll do that in a bit. Probably do it off stream. I like fighting those.
It's cold here. Is this the Stellaron imprisonment device? They had such advanced technology back in the day. Impressive.
This is where Madame Cocolia died.
She gave something back in death.
Anything you want to do here?
I wanted to come here to perform for Cocolia. To say goodbye. I'm glad you guys are here to witness it. Not the nicest spot for a show. And the equipment could be better. Sorry about that.
The stage is yours, sister.
Oh, we're gonna get some music?
Look at me, Cocolia. Don't you dare look away.
Oh, look, Aurora Borealis.
Because I...
Oh, hang on.
will no longer live in your shadow!
Man, I wish they gave us more than a little limit there.
Happy?
Happy. I just wish I could have seen the look on her face. Shame.
That was depressing.
Well, that's all from me. Thanks for sticking by my side throughout all of this. As for tonight, let's go to old Gerda's place and have a big feast to celebrate.
So, you're getting the tab?
Anything to add, Stell? Anything? Okay. Only a child. So that was technically both of their missions. Complete the companion mission, Only a Child. Serval's faithful and autobiography. Oh, it's both of them. Yes. What is it? You probably guessed. Want to ask you for help? Sure. Come to Bellabog's museum finishing room. We want to have a chat there. Okay. Further than the snow plains. You know what? We got time. We can do one more. This must be the Lynx mission. It makes sense that you have to finish this Serval and Gepard one.
There's inspiration in every glance and every breeze.
Alright, Lynxy.
Careful now. Don't get your clothes wet.
Boy, does this place bring back memories. So where's the finishing room? Oh, that's the place where the repair guy works, right? Boris!
There's plenty of precious stuff in here. You aren't looking for treasure in the museum while pretending to volunteer, right?
No, I'm not.
Oh, what's this gadget? This monitor and this keyboard. Is it an automaton remote control terminal? See, there's this piece of paper here. It says Pena Sergeyevna. Is that the owner's name? Sounds a bit familiar.
That's Pela's name.
These are all relics, sis. Please don't touch them. What if you break something?
I'm here.
Oh, we were just waiting for you.
Long time no see. I wanted to talk about this in our chat group, but sis won't have it. I'm sorry you had to run all the way out here.
More danger afoot?
Actually, I want to talk to you about our little Lynx.
Oh, that Lynx.
So you know her. Well, that makes this easy. She just came back from a scientific exploration on the snow plains, but she seems really out of it. Almost like she's worried about something.
Yeah, we met her during Ethereum Wars. Yeah, I think we met Lynx during Ethereum Wars. But I feel like we were meant to meet them here first.
And she won't tell us what happened. We're really worried and want to help, but we don't know where to start.
I actually don't remember when I unlocked this Serval questline. I don't think I got it recently.
The last time I saw her, she was preparing to meet someone on the snow plains. She even asked for a stove set from me. But no matter how Gepard and I asked and probed, Lynx simply refused to tell us who she was going to meet. Such a failure of a sister. So that's why Gepard and I came up with this idea. We'd like you to help us find out what's going on.
You want me to help you spy on your sister?
One more thing. Don't let her discover you. Otherwise, she'll probably get upset with us.
That might be difficult.
I know she's used to going into the snow plains alone for research, and we've always believed she can protect herself.
But this is different. We're worried about her running into strangers. She might get herself into trouble.
That reminds me, we get a new copy of Lynx if we do the Pure Fiction questline. Similar to how you do the Forgotten Hall, you can get a Yukong and a Jingchu.
Oh, right. If you're gonna go find Lynxie, you gotta know what she looks like. Don't worry, she stands out. She's blonde like us and, quite short. She's always wearing a white fur hat. If I'm right, she should be waiting for someone at the city exit, closest to the snow plains. We're putting our dearest baby sister in your hands this time. Let us know immediately if anything happens.
Thank you.
I honestly think it might have been better if Serval actually did join the Express crew. It would have been worse for Belobog, but I think it would have been much more interesting for her character arc. To the snow plains. Boy, this has just been a Landau episode, hasn't it? Yeah, we talked to Clara for a bit, but this has been mostly Landau. We've spent like 30 minutes on Clara.
That girl over there. Seems like she fits Serval's description.
Oh, I did a daily mission for this character.
That must be Lynx. Let's hide here and observe.
Oh, sorry, you're talking about Lynx. I thought you were talking about this character. It's Pela!
Lynxie, I'm here! Let's go!
Why are we spying on Pela and Lynx?
I never knew how long it took to get from the administrative district to the snow plains.
It's a hike.
So much snow. Even in the northern mountains, it wasn't like this.
Oh, the snow is supposed to get heavier later in the day. Have you got enough warm clothes?
Yep, I brought everything you told me to, all thanks to your camping guide. Speaking of which, according to the guide, the first thing we need to do is find a good place to set up camp, right? Flat, dry, sheltered, facing the sun, high elevation.
Oh, you remembered all that? I expected no less from you. But it's gonna be hard finding a place that fits those criteria.
There's one right there, next to that cliff face. Anywho.
We'll just keep moving and see. The place has to be convenient enough for us to observe the aurora, too.
Like right here. This would be ideal to meet most of those conditions. You might have to worry about snowdrift from the cliff face, but that's about it.
Thanks, Lynxy. I'll leave it to you then. I'm gonna follow right behind you. Flat, dry, sheltered, facing the sun, high elevation. And we need to be able to observe the aurora. And this is going to be difficult.
I need to finish building my Pela. Maybe that'll be the next unit I work on. It's just, there's a few enemies that are really annoying to deal with that Pela is just really good at dealing with.
View. It'll be easy to watch the aurora.
Nope. The wind blows strongly through here. And there are signs of direwolf activity. It'd be too dangerous to make camp.
I see. Then let's keep moving.
Cannot change character currently. Let's avoid combat.
This area is sheltered and facing the sun. Plus it's flat ground, but...
It's not dry.
But there are cliffs all around. We'll be in trouble if there's a landslide or a rockfall. Also, there isn't much of a view. Ah, I remember a good place that's not too far from here. Follow me.
Huh? Okay.
Looks like we're gonna end up like practically right where the Astral Express landed in. Yeah, this is basically where the Astral Express crew landed.
Lynxy, are you sure this is the place?
Yep. This is the path to Candor Valley. There are low cliffs on both sides, but I cleared all the monsters here a while ago, so it should be safe and sound. Also, the mountain wind during this season usually comes from the north, which is another reason why we couldn't camp on that previous slope. These two hills can block the snowplain's gales for us.
I never even noticed. Huh. Camping is a complicated science.
No, you're just overthinking all of it. You can compensate for all of those things through artificial means if you need be.
Oh, not really. But the environment outside of Belobog is very tough. If the weather here was as good as inside the city, well, then we could have camped anywhere.
True!
That's true. I hope that becomes a reality one day. Only problem is, the view here isn't great. Are you sure we'll be able to watch the aurora?
Don't worry about that for now. Let's get the tent ready, then go find our dinner.
Sure, I can help out with the tent. I memorized that section in the camping guide.
Okay, then I'll go set up the stove. Oh, if you have any questions, just ask me.
This is basically a date.
Oh, why isn't the heater working? Ugh, darn. Doesn't seem like an easy fix. Alright, I'll ask Pela.
Weird. That's what the guide says. Hey, Lynxy, come and have a look at this. I did everything according to the guide, but the tent's still wobbly.
Have a check.
Let me have a check.
Ah, there's your problem. You see that? The stakes, they're not in the ground. They're floating above it.
Main poles, check. Brow poles, check. Ropes, check. Ah, it's the pegs! The pegs! I forgot to mention, thick snow needs leaded iron pegs.
Got it. It's definitely sturdier now. Nice job, Lynxy.
It's your kind. My oversight. I've got a question too. Can you take a look at this stove? I think it's broken.
Huh? Sure, let me take a look. The geomarrow fuel activation component probably stopped working. Do you have a spare one?
Nope.
No. Serval told me this was a brand new stove. Did I bring the wrong stove? Does this mean we have to make a fire with geomarrow? I specifically got this stove from Serval.
That's okay. These components are really common. Maybe we can find a spare one in the ruins around here.
Really? That's very optimistic.
You take it easy. I'll see if I can find one. Oh, and I'll keep an eye out for food, too.
I'll come with you. Finding food is easy, but finding that component is gonna be hard.
We'll do our best. If we can't find one, we'll just do what your guide says and chop wood to make a fire.
Oh, actually, I have some spare chunks of geomarrow.
There might be spare stove parts in the ruin. Let me see.
Oh, don't tell me you want to crawl in there.
This is where it turned out to be Natasha's brother's lab.
Of course
Dr.
I
Vosh.
do. It's not like the stuff we need is gonna come crawling out.
In that case, be careful.
Was not expecting that.
Did you find anything?
I didn't find any components, but I got this. I don't know if we can still eat it.
It hasn't decayed. It's edible.
That is very low standards for food.
Really?
It's not decayed.
It's all thanks to the eternal freeze. We can eat raw fish from 700 years ago.
Huh. I guess that checks out, but I don't know enough about fish to dispute it.
700?
Ice fresh raw fish. Fucking weird. Hey, it's Sampo's hiding spot.
There's something in the snowdrift. I can do the digging. You don't need to.
Come on, camping is about teamwork. Let me have a try.
Okay.
I found something.
What'd you find?
Is this a radish?
In a snowdrift?
Yep. That's a snow radish. They're really sweet and tasty. Actually, no. This is a hibernating snow radish rabbit.
Excuse me?
Huh? This is a rabbit?
Yep. They look really similar to snow radishes. Their ears look like the leaves and their body looks like the radish bit. When they hibernate, they cover themselves with dirt, just like real radishes.
I see. In that case,
That is a weird species.
Please tell me we can put it back.
Yeah, it's better for the Snow Plains ecosystem.
I've never heard of an animal disguising itself as food as a defense mechanism. Some crates.
This crate looks promising. Maybe there's spare stove components inside.
Well, let's open it up then.
No. Don't worry about it, Lynxy. I'll manage.
Why is Pela insisting on doing everything herself?
Are these sausages?
Sure looks like it. And they were probably placed here not long ago. Could it be the Belobog caveman's food?
The what now?
Bellabog caveman?
The fuck is the Bellabog caveman?
Oh, it's a legendary creature. It looks like something between a man and a monkey, roughly the same size as a man, with dark blue hair. Its activities are very mysterious, and no one in Bellabog can find concrete evidence of its existence. Well, I've only chanced upon it a few times myself. I tried to take a photo of it, but it had already run away. Oh, I feel like these sausages might constitute a great Bellabogian scientific discovery. Let's bring them back with us.
Hold on. There are some letters here.
Oh boy.
Sam something... Coast something... I can't read the rest, but it seems like a name. Guess it can't be the Bellabog caveman then. Do cavemen even know how to write?
Oh my god, this is so fucking stupid. I love it.
Don't worry, Lynxy. I'm sure you'll get concrete proof one day.
Now that I think about it, he does have that weird skull thingy on his shoulder, right?
Let's leave the sausages here. I think someone might be missing them if we take them. It's probably best to stick close to the camp.
When are we gonna get the Sampo Koski character quest? I know we helped him out in the mine for that one adventure quest at one point.
Huh? Ooh, what's in this tree trunk?
You found something?
There's food in here.
Really?
I'm gonna pry it open. There.
What'd you find?
What exactly are...
Nuts of some kind? Berries?
These are mimic snow slugs. They can change their appearance to match the external environment. They're really cute.
Snow slugs?
Yeah, but we should put them back.
No. These slugs taste really good once they've been roasted. They kind of taste like, snow mice?
Then why don't you just eat snow mice?
That sounds even less appetizing.
Well, I think we've searched through everything here.
I mean,
Let's
there's some
head
more
back, Pela.
crates.
Okay. I feel bad that we didn't find a spare component.
Oh, it's fine. We'll just light a fire with geomarrow. Let's go back and have some food. Pela?
What's up?
We don't really need that stove to cook.
I know.
I think there's something in the camp. Be careful.
It's Trotter.
Is it some kind of animal? Lynxy, wait! That thing in the camp is a dangerous fragmentum creature.
I see it too. But it doesn't seem aggressive. And it's all chubby and cute.
Don't be fooled by its appearance. About 20% of our Silvermane Guard fragmentum losses are a result of chasing this creature.
Then stop chasing it.
We haven't figured out everything about it yet, but there's one thing we're sure of. They have the power to control people.
Excuse
We
me?
need to be careful.
It's a Trotter, right?
What? But this little buddy gave me something good last time. And it didn't hurt me.
That must be the first step in their mind control process. You were lucky. We should defeat it just to be safe. Fragmentum creatures are Bellabog's enemies. They shouldn't be trusted.
But it's so cute.
I didn't even get to take a photo of it last time. Now's a good chance. Can I at least take a picture, Pela? That's also my job as a researcher.
Makes sense.
I understand, but the sound of the shutter and the camera bulb might send it into a frenzy.
It noticed us?
It might be looking for an opportunity to attack. Be careful.
It's a Trotter. Optional, take a picture.
out a picture.
Disappeared.
It disappeared. Did it run away? Yeah, that's the nature of these little things. They disappear in a flash when they get scared. Well, that's my conclusion from my long-term observations. As for those lost guards, maybe they were chasing these little creatures and couldn't find their way back.
That makes sense.
Sorry. Maybe I was overreacting. Oh, don't be sorry.
What was the percentage of losses she said? 20%?
Careful.
Don't chase it.
Anyway, crisis resolved. We can now make some food. Huh? Our little buddy seems to have dropped something. Huh? This is... Awesome! Lynxy, look! It's a Geomarrow activation component! I never thought we'd find one here!
That's a friendly little trotter, isn't it?
What about you, Lynxy? Did you find anything good? Nothing. Just some old stuff. It's great we finally found the component. Let's go fix the stove. Huh? Lynxy, is something the matter? Nope. That's all your imagination. Oh, why don't you take a break? I'll have a look at this stove.
I think Lynx found something embarrassing. Ah, this thing again. Alright. So let's just do that there. So this has to go that way. Alright.
Okay. How done?
So how do you cook on this thing?
Oh, what is this magic? I couldn't figure out the problem at all. No magic here. Just a trick or two I learned from Serval. My sister. Yep, that's her. What's the matter? Oh, nothing. Just, sometimes I'm a bit jealous of Serval, you know? She knows everything.
She's like a collegiate degree. And she's like a... What's the term? A genius?
Same as you, then. What? I'm serious. Outdoor explorer, mechanic, they're both experts in their field, right? I think you two are awesome. Anyway, it wouldn't be hard for you to get her to teach you something. You're her sister. She'd be happy to teach you. Well, you say that. But, you know, never mind. It's getting late. Let's cook something. Yay! That's my favorite part! Wait, no. My favorite part is watching the aurora. Anyways, let's take a look at what ingredients we have. Every ingredient has its own effect, and combining them will create unexpected results.
Oh no, we're gonna synthesize something.
Ooh, what kind of effects are they gonna make? Let's just give it a try.
Got snow slugs and salmon slices.
Raw fish from 700 years ago and some cute mimic snow slug. I don't think either is edible.
It's frozen fish.
Oh, don't worry. We'll make them into a hot pot. Just add cream, biscuit crumbs, and the canned sardines I brought. You're putting canned sardines into a hot pot? Please don't say that. Oh, well then, this will be the main course for tonight. I'll show you what I can do as a chef.
I'm very curious to see how this concoction works out, but it seems to be really similar to how I cook, which is just throw everything together in a bowl.
Why don't I cook tonight? You can take a break. Oh, come on, it's fine. Just leave it to me. Ta-da! The super delicious Snow Plains combo stew is ready.
Snow Plains combo stew. Where did you get the mushrooms?
It smells so good. I'm gonna dig in.
You would feel amazing energy as you enjoy a meal with your fellow campers. Campers, plural. We're still eavesdropping on this.
Guess now we just wait for the light show. The aurora should start soon. Before that, let's just chat.
Oh, we left the component there, didn't we?
Pela, why did you suddenly want to come camping? Huh? Well, aren't you always saying how you just want to lie in bed when you get off work?
Ah, sorry. I hope this trip didn't surprise you.
No, I mean, sure, I'm not the most sociable of people, but I love camping with a good friend. I had a great time. It's been a lot of fun. Oh, you're always like this. Even on this camping trip, you keep trying to do things. You really don't need to. Just leave it to me. Camping is about relaxing. No need to be so tense.
I know. It's just, I was really getting into the camping. I felt like I finally got around to doing the things I always wanted to.
So all those comics you drew for the Tales series didn't count?
I have to hide those from other people. I get a little embarrassed.
That's right, because she does really fanciful art.
You care about other people.
I wish we could put up those wanted posters again. I kind of feel sad for taking them down. Literally, when you take down the one that's of March 7th, you get a little option that says when you're doing it. If you show it to her, she might even tell you to put it back up.
I suppose. I wish I could be more like you.
Oh, I'm not as cool as you think. I don't know how to handle my brother and sister. They keep treating me as a kid. Like, they're both really capable and awesome people. Which is why I feel really pressured when I'm with them.
Yeah, I feel bad that we're eavesdropping on this now.
I'm already a grown-up.
I mean, I already felt bad, but you get my
what I
point.
want to do. Why can't they just stop worrying and let me do what I want?
That's how families are.
Sorry, I shouldn't talk about this. I was getting carried away.
That's right. We learned during the museum questline from Natasha that Pela's mom died, I believe, during one of these kind of expeditions.
It's okay. It's not like I even know what she looked like. So, when's the aurora due?
Don't mind me. Just eavesdropping on the loving couple.
Careful, Lynx! There are monsters coming!
Well, so much for hiding.
How did it get here? Do we still have the upper hand?
Let's focus on the fight first.
Let's make it quick.
Specimen sighted.
Commencing support.
Let's go.
At least I know how all these units worked.
Enemy targets detected.
Bye-bye, buff.
Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
This is our chance. Yeah. Rules are made to be broken.
Here, try this.
All right.
Much better.
Let's put the aggro here.
Ready for another?
Deep breath.
Thanks for the support.
getting rid of attack buffs
Let's make
is
it
so
quick.
good. Yeah, I can see why people still use Pela. I really need to level her up.
Yeah.
Gotta stop the bleeding. Commencing support.
Stop buffing your attack, please.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
This is our chance.
Yeah. Enemy targets detected. Commencing research.
Rules are made to be broken.
Bonk. And we're done.
These fragmentum monsters are coming out of thin air. They were probably attracted by the stove. The Stellaron crisis is over. Why are there still so many monsters?
It's a good question. Takes time for a Fragmentum's influence to fade.
I see. Wait. Where did you come from all of a sudden? Pela? Who is this? This is the Trailblazer, the savior of Belobog. Oh, I see. Well, in that case, thanks for saving us. Not to mention Belobog.
No problem.
Well, so, what's a big hero like you doing out here? Never mind. I can take a guess. Serval and Gepard sent you to protect us, right? They're always like this. It's impossible to get some private time as their younger sister.
I didn't exactly see eye to eye with them. That's how families are.
Yeah. Hold on. Isn't that what I just said?
Do not steal.
Alright. It's all because Serval and Gepard are worrywarts. Besides, you did save us. Well, since you followed us all the way here, you probably know why we're out camping today. Well, stay and watch the aurora with us.
Alright.
It's about time for it to appear. Hey! Lynxy! Look! Come this way.
There we go. Something for the thumbnail. Yeah, that's pretty. Pretty. Aurora Borealis? Localized in this game? At this time of day? Can I see it?
This is the largest aurora since the Stellaron crisis passed. We're really lucky to see it. Yeah. Really lucky. So awesome! I got to taste Lynxy's cooking and see the aurora. This Snow Plains adventure was the best.
It was nice. I still feel like I spoiled your guys' parade.
You look really happy. Huh? Me? I'm not that happy. What I mean is,
Say what's on your mind. You weren't here just for camping.
I was going to say that, but now I suddenly don't want to. I understand what Pela really feels. You don't need to hide it. It was a great experience. Thanks to you, Lynxy. Not to mention you. Anyway, what now? Back home? Wanna go out for a midnight snack later?
We can. I heard a pretty good steak place opened up in the south of the administrative district. We can go try it out together.
Sounds good. That's settled then. Let's part ways for now and rendezvous later tonight.
You two kids stay safe.
Pela, hold on.
What's up?
This is for you.
What is this?
It looks like a floppy disk.
I found this on the ground before you fixed the stove. I guess that fragmentum creature dropped it. I think it might be best if you check it out yourself.
Oh, it belonged to her mom, doesn't it?
Penya Sergeyevna. I see. Thank you, Lynxy. Let's meet up here later tonight. I better get going.
It's done for now. Alright, back to the workshop.
I should go talk to Gepard and Serval at the workshop.
It feels so close, yet so far. Is this faster? I can't tell.
Between expeditions, it's always a challenge to make time with Lynx. But why doesn't she want to talk to us?
Calm down. We've got her to help us.
Oh boy. How do we tell them?
Hey, we were just talking about you.
How was it? With Lynx?
Oh good, we explained everything. Thank God.
So, that stranger was Pela.
What can I say? Sounds like a Lynxy expedition, all right.
You're not gonna get angry? So, mission accomplished?
Thank you for being around for this. Gepard was too anxious to sleep.
Sis, you're exaggerating.
As for how we'll communicate with Lynxy in the future, we'll have to have a good think about it. You really helped us a lot this time. Thank you so much.
Hopefully they start leaving Lynx alone. Not interfering too much with date night. I'm heading out for the meetup. On my way. I'll be there in a sec. At the museum right now. Pela's here too. Come here once we're done. Alright. Looks like there's still more to uncover. Might be having to do with what's on that data disk. Put a lot of work into making this museum look nice.
Ah, you're here too.
Yep.
Then let's wait for Pela together. She's in the storage room.
What you doing in there?
I think she's looking over the contents of that floppy disk. Let's give her some time.
So she might be a while?
I'm guessing you don't know about Pela's mother, right?
I actually do.
Penya Sergeyevna was Belobog's greatest outdoor explorer. Passed away 16 years ago.
That name sounds familiar.
She's famous in Belobog. You might have heard other people mention her in passing. Anyway, well, something else happened 16 years ago. Pela was born.
You mean...
Yes. They say that despite her pregnancy, Madame Pena insisted on staying at the Snow Plains camp. She couldn't go to the front lines, but she was able to handle administrative duties. Then, finally, the day of Pela's birth arrived.
Damn, Pela's younger than I thought she was. I thought she was like in her 20s.
Tragically, there were complications. Other serious incidents occurred that day. The exploration team ran into a blizzard and the camp lost contact with the outside world. No one knew what to do.
We heard half of this story from Natasha during the museum questline.
The only good thing was that Pela was born healthy.
So what about the flash drive?
The floppy disk. If the old research team members were telling the truth, it was something Madame Pena left behind. Madame Pena asked a colleague to take her terminal and floppy disk back to Belobog. She said they contained a treasure for Pela. She said that once Pela was older, she'd be able to understand the contents. But that colleague was attacked by fragmentum creatures on his way back to the city. During the attack, he dropped the floppy disk in confusion, only managing to bring back the terminal.
Ah, and that's what Serval was looking at earlier.
Apart from Madame Pena, nobody knew what the floppy disk contained. But they say she left Pela many letters.
She knew she wasn't gonna make it, huh?
From the moment she knew she was pregnant to the day of Pela's birth.
This breathing is uncomfortable.
Never missing a day.
God, I wasn't expecting this sad at the end. You okay?
I'm fine. There's somewhere I want to go. Will you come too?
Are we not meeting up with Pela? Where to?
The workshop. I'll wait for you there.
Oh, that's depressing. Boy, this was a short mission with not a lot that actually happened, but boy does it hit me in the feels. Oh god.
Serval, Gepard. I'm back.
Lynx, you're finally back. What's with the red eyes? Did something happen?
Gepard? Way to make it obvious. Welcome home, Lynxie. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Seems like a lot went down in the Snow Plains. Thanks again for your help. I think we need a little private time. See you soon.
I should give them some time together.
God, it makes me feel bad that a character like Pela wasn't really expanded upon until, like, this late into the game. So that functions as both Pela and Lynx's Beyond Frozen Boundaries. Oh, this is Serval's Fanatic fan. Why can't I see inside? Because there's curtains. Anywho. What's wrong? Back then, at the museum, you heard everything, right? What was I supposed to hear? Never mind. It's actually nothing. Thank you. You're welcome. And lady Sprite, I'd love to get together when you're free. Don't forget about the supper.
You know what I mean.
I don't really have words to fully express how emotionally moving that was. Anywho, on that note, we've finally caught up with all of these missions. Which means our O'Malley's Hustle and Bustle will be the next stream we do. And it'll probably be tomorrow. Because I'm expecting to spend maybe 4 hours on it. We could start it right now. It's only 4 o'clock. But ideally, we've already been going for almost 3 hours. And I would like to take a break. That was a little bit on the depressing side. Hopefully, we don't have anything very moving next time. And actually, considering there's a time gating on what appears to be Clara's, maybe we'll resume that on another time in the future. So we'll probably just keep checking back in with Clara. In the meantime, thank you everybody for stopping by. I'm going to proceed to editing these down, so maybe I won't stream again later today. We'll dedicate a day, probably the upcoming Monday, to like a full 4 hour, maybe 5 hour stream where we just do all of our O'Malley. That being said, if it ends up being longer than Ethereum Wars, maybe we won't. And there's, of course, other games that I would like to play. We still need to go back and finish the Monkey Island event and Sea of Thieves, among other stuff. But that's enough from me. You've heard me ramble on long enough. We'll see you all in the next stream. Bye-bye.